We're going to go over real quick in this video how to get your McLaren 650S set up to meet the standards of the Noble McLaren series. So in order to do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab all the decals and logos that we need and put them in our showcase. I'm sorry, put them into our collection. So first thing we're going to do is go to showcase, which you're going to find right here, right under World Circuits. We're going to showcase, and we're going to do a global search. So we're going to go to content search, and the first thing we're going to look for is the decal of our streamer. So the keyword we're going to use is no lander. Our streamer for this series is no lander 1978 gaming. So we do a search for no lander, and it should bring up these three decals that we want to use. So I already have them in my collection, but I'm going to go through the process just to show you guys. So we hit X, throw a like on it, give a little comment, add it to your collection. We'll do that for the no lander decal. We'll do that for the no lander text. We'll do it also for the no lander cross. So again, select it, click a like, add a little comment, giving thanks, appreciating the work, add it to the collection. After we do those three, we're going to go back into search, and this time we're going to search for the word McLaren, because we're going to need to put this on our rear wing. So search for McLaren and then snatch any of these that you think you might want to put on your rear wing. For this exercise, I'm going to use this McLaren Motorsports. So again, select it, like it, show a little respect, leave a comment, and then add it to your collection. I would suggest grabbing a few, especially if you haven't made your livery yet and you're not sure what you're going to want to put on the livery and what colors and everything you're going to use. But as you can see here, we've got 11 pages of McLaren stuff, right? So find one you like and save it to your collection. After that, we're going to get the number plate. So for this one, leave it on decals. Our search term here is going to be number plate. You're going to get, I think it's 16 different pages, but the number plate that we're looking for as of right now today is on page 10. If you look in the upper right hand corner, you can see how we're on page 1 of 16. So since I've already done this, I know where to look. So page 10, almost at the bottom, it's going to be right here, square white Rally Jacob. Okay, so select that, like it, you can leave a comment, add it to your collection. That's the number plate we're going to use for our car. Now, for this exercise, we're going to say our car is going to be number 28. So I'm going to search right now for the number 28 and see if I can find something that I want to add to my collection. And we'll take this one right here. So we'll take that, we'll like it, give a comment, show a little appreciation. It's always nice to do that. And add it to our collection. So now that's in our collection. Then what we're going to need to do is we're going to get some Noble. So we do a quick search here for Noble. And a bunch of things are going to come up. First one I'm going to take is this crown. So as you can see, I already liked it, reposted it, made a comment, and added it to my collection. You're going to scroll down here. You're going to get this Noble crown logo and the text logo. Same thing. Like it, add it to your collection. And anything else that you think you want to put on your car. I'm going to stop there. And now we're going to go to, actually, I'm going to grab these 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 layers make up the first sponsor that I'm going to talk about. So that first sponsor is No Limit Cycle Works. Okay, so we're going to select it, like it, comment, add it to your collection. Do that for all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you'll notice they're numbered 1, 2A and 2B, 2C, 3A, 3B, and 4. So once we add those 7 to the collection, the last sponsor we're going to need, we're going to grab it from our friends. So for this, we're going to go back to the world map. We're going to go up to our profile. From our profile, we're going to find our friends, and every one of us should be friends with Rusty. Select Rusty, go into his user page, go down to his gallery, and look under his decals. And you're going to find 5 here. So Christelle 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing here. Select it, like it, give a comment, then add it to your collection. You'll also notice that Rusty put some really cool badges here that we put on our cars after we complete a series. So for this, I'm just going to go through the ones that are necessary for our McLaren here. You always feel free to come back here and grab whatever else Rusty shares. So now that we have all those in our collection, we're going to get into actually putting them on our car, and I'm going to tell you where we're going to put them. So I'm going to take a break here, make a second video, and that second video will have delivery. Okay? Okay, we're going to pick up here. This part of the video, we're going to talk about how to create delivery. So as you can see, I already have my 650S. It's all white. So just to be sure, we're going to go into our garage, make sure we're in the right car, which we are. Come out of here, go into GT Auto, and from GT Auto we go to car customization, and right here we go into our livery editor. Now we're going to create a design. I'm creating from the existing style because I already went out and made the car white, but if you haven't, you're going to go from a new design and then just paint the car however you want, right? So we go from our all white car, and the first thing we're going to want to do is talk about the locations of the sponsor logos and decals. So our sponsors, position for our sponsors logos and decals is right here, which is just to the left, the front of the rear wheel, okay, and above the rear wheel well. Okay, those are the 2 spots on this side, and the same spots on the other side, above the rear wheel well and in front of that rear tire. Okay, that's where we're putting our sponsor logos. The other logos can go anywhere we want on the car. Then we also have a windshield banner where some of us are putting McLaren, some of us are putting our name or other logos. That's optional. And we have the rear wing. The rear wing, we want McLaren somewhere on the rear wing. And of course, we want our numbers. We like to have our numbers visible from all directions. So definitely on either side. Try to put a number in the back somewhere and then one around the front, just so when we're streaming, we can always tell who's who. Okay. But for this exercise, we're just going to put numbers on the side. So what I'm going to start with is our logos for our sponsors. So we're going to go in here, go into decals. We're going to put this logo on the body. Click add layer, position where we want this logo to go. Okay, I like to zoom in. And we start finding our logo. So let's go to collection. And the first logo we're going to use is the Cristal. Okay, so pay attention to this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. We're going to take this first layer. We're going to position it. And I know from experience that this 50% scale is too big. So I'm going to bring it down to 43% just to make sure it fits. Once I lay that on, I'm going to hit finish editing layer. Then I'm going to go to that same layer and I'm just going to duplicate until we have 5 instances of this logo. That's 4. That's 5. Then watch this. We did that so that all the layers are positioned directly on top of each other, because this is the way the logo is designed to be put on your car. Now you're going to go here and change this layer and replace it from Cristal to in my collection. I'm going to do the same thing with this. Replace this one with, you guessed it, 3. Replace this with 4. And replace the final one with 5. And you see how everything lines up. Now, if I had originally made that first one 50%, you'd see some of this wording going off the edge of the car, and we don't want that. That's why I brought it down. One other thing you can do real quick here is, you see this the logo that's blinking, Cristal Lexington. Let's say I wanted to change that color, make it stand out a little more, make it blue, because that's going to be the colors of my car. Okay? Now it stands out a little bit. Okay? So now let's continue with the next logo, which is going to go on the other side of the car. We're going to put it above this wheel well. Now this NL Sports Cycles logo is rather large, so I think I'm going to have to shrink that one as well. So same exact thing, only this time it's 7 layers. So first we'll add a layer, go to our collection, and we're looking for NL Sports logo number 1. Okay, now this logo is 7 layers and it's much larger. Now I know from having put this logo on before that NL Sports Cycles is at the top. So if I don't move this up, what's going to happen is the rest of that logo is going to wind up being too small. Again, 50% is large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that down to 40%. Come on. All right. 40%. Lay it on. Finish editing. And now, same as before, duplicate this till we have 7. 3. 5. 6. And this is 7. Now from here, we're going to start replacing these. Remember, it was 1, 2A, 2B, 2C, 3A, 3B, and 4. So we've got 1. Now we're looking for 2A, 2B, 2C, 3A, 3B, and the last one is 4. And see how they all fit? Now, if I wanted to make those bigger, I'd get rid of them all and make that first one bigger. But that's up to you, okay? Now that we have that, we're going to look at adding something to the hood. So that's body panel 2. We can hold down the right stick button, and that highlights what part of the car that we're about to edit. Okay, so we want to put our Streamers logo for this example on the hood. The Streamers logo can go anywhere you want. Again, the sponsor logos need to be on either right here in front of the wheel or above the rear wheel well. Okay, so let's get back to that Streamer logo. Okay, so let's go here and let's find the No-Lander logos. I think they're down a little bit. Here they are. I'm going to use a No-Lander cross. Now this logo, actually, go right there with it. Okay. Now here's something. I want this to stand out a little more. So what I'm going to do after I finish that layer, I'm going to go here. I'm going to duplicate that layer. That puts a second one on. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take layer 1. I'm going to enlarge it. Bring it up 47%. And I'm going to change the color. I'm going to make this blue. And as you can see, what's happening is now our logo stands out a little more. Okay, so when we go to preview, okay, does that make sense to you? Super simple. Okay, now let's work on the number. So we go back to the body. We'll add a layer. And for this one, let's get that number smack dab, little right of the middle of the door. So we'll go to our collection, we'll find our number plate right here. Let's take that number plate. It's kind of big. Let's bring it down a little bit in size. Move it up. Okay, leave it here like this. Okay. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to add the noble text. So that is another one we grabbed and put in our collection. That is on page 2. Yep, here it is. So we'll grab this. We'll move this up, center it, enlarge it. Okay, and you guessed it, change that color. All right, now we got to find a number. Now, I said we were going to do number 28, but I'm going to switch something up. I'm going to show you guys something. We're going to use the number 3. I'll tell you why in a sec. Normally we just take this number here, we said 28, but I'll show you why. String 28, put it in there. Actually, you know what? I'll show you what I was going to do with 3. So leave 28, but it's kind of plain, right? So let's do this. Let's hide that. And let's add the number 3 like we said we were going to. Go into this collection. Here we go, number 3. Shrink it so it fits, decent size. All right. Now let's go to this number 3 and let's add a layer behind it. So we hit the triangle, add a layer below, and the layer we're going to add is a circle. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is make that circle small, a little bit smaller than the black. And we're going to change that color to, you guessed it, blue. So now our 3 stands out a little bit. Okay, it's blinking right now just to let you know there's 2 layers on there, but once we get out of there, we see that it's not going to blink like that. Okay, so we go to preview, and that's what it's going to look like, not blinking. Okay, now we need to add McLaren to the rear wing. So we go to logos again, rear wing. Let's snatch, I think McLaren Motorsport. Let's grab that. Let's make that big, nice and big. Boom, done. And that's pretty much it. Real quick, I might as well show you this too. Right now, we have the number here. We don't have the number on the other side. If you want the number to just mirror on the other side, all we need to do is take the 1, 2, 3 layers of that logo and put them on the other side. So we'll select this, go into layer controls, duplicate on the other side, and you see the second one shows up. Same thing with this. Sorry, wrong button. X. Duplicate that on the other side. And the number plate. Duplicate that on the other side. Oh, I almost forgot. And the noble text. We want to duplicate that on the other side. And now what you have is you have that same number design on the other side. Okay? Now let's talk about our windshield banner. Windshield banner. Let's put a windshield banner on. And let's add a logo there. Let's add a different McLaren. What do we have? McLaren Racing. How about that? Let's take this. McLaren Racing. Done. Have at it, fellas. Good to go. Thanks for watching.